Let's talk about layered architecture in Angular. Layers are important concepts that help you maintain your codebase and reduce complexity. The most basic layers are presentation, application, domain, and infrastructure. Presentation layer should contain UI elements only. This is where you store your presentational components, CSS, directives, and pipes. Basically, anything that supports creating your UI. The key part is that presentational logic is reusable. So make sure to not couple it with other layers, which means it should not know about other layers, and make it as generic as possible. This way you will be able to reuse it and share it with other modules. On top of your presentation layer, there is an application layer. An application layer knows about domain layer. More on that in a second. Application layer has a public API which can be invoked. It works like a glue between domain layer and presentation layer. A common example would be when your user clicks a login button, it will start a login process. Another example would be when your user fills up the registration form and submits it, then it should create a user. This might sound enigmatic, but it really depends on your business model. Some domains are shallow and anemic, others are rich and contain many classes. I will show you more hands-on examples in next videos. But for now, the key takeaway is do not contain your domain in your components nor in your states. Try to create separate interfaces for it. The domain should be independent. It means it must not know about other layers. There are many reasons for that, but in my opinion, the most important one is it is constantly refactored, and therefore we want to reduce the damage of that refactor in other parts of our Angular app. The last layer is infrastructure layer. It has only one responsibility: knowing how to persist the domain model. So even though domain does not know about the infrastructure implements domain interfaces and therefore is aware of the domain layer. It might sound complicated, but trust me, it isn't. You will see for yourself in the next video. All you have to know for now is that whenever you create an HTTP service, it should go to infrastructure folder and contain only the HTTP related code. So this is a final diagram. In summary, we distinguish between 4 different layers: presentation, application, domain, and infrastructure. The most centric is domain layer. It has no dependencies. Domain layer is implemented by infrastructure layer, for example by HTTP service. Application is a very thin layer that knows about domain layer, and it knows how to handle all business cases in your Angular app. At the very bottom we have a presentation layer. This is where user can invoke business cases by interacting with the UI. Thank you for listening to this video. I hope you have just learned something new. If you want to learn more, please click on the thumbnail above to see how it can be implemented using a simple example.